What's up and welcome. I'm Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer, the hybrid, the best of both worlds. What is HTML? Nah, Matthew, that kind of feels obvious. If that feels obvious to you, that means you form part of the 99% of the developers who know HTML. And in this video, I want you to understand HTML. Matthew, what is the difference between knowing and understanding HTML? I'm not going to tell or say anything, but I'm just going to show it to you. Are you ready? In three, two, one, boom. Here is the difference. When you know HTML, it's like you are dealing with a chicken, the actual chicken. Remember, before you eat a chicken, you must chase it. That's a hustle. But as compared to understanding HTML, it's like the KFC lifestyle. Okay. So in this video, I want to unpack that KFC lifestyle. Without wasting time, let's just jump straight into it. Okay. I am going to ask ChatGPT what HTML is, okay, so that we can get the core essence of HTML. Here, I'm hoping to uncover and discover some of the fundamentals of HTML that most developers overlook. Okay, let me just give you an idea. This is my website, matthewmsingati.co.za. If you want to contact me or you want something else to discuss, you can just click here, give me your name and your email. I have used Next.js to create this website. Okay. Wow, looks awesome. Okay. As compared to what? As compared to this. Okay. Most people, when they look at this, they feel like this is not powerful. But when they look at this, they are like, wow, this is amazing. So I want to close the gap between this and this. I want you, when you look at this, you feel like this is amazing. Okay. So let's just quickly ask ChatGPT what is HTML and take it from there. Okay. By the way, ChatGPT, I take it as my Google as a developer. Okay. If I want to ask something, I always ask ChatGPT than Google. Okay. Then ChatGPT will explain to me, and then from then I will take it to Google after ChatGPT or sometimes YouTube. Okay. Let's just hear what ChatGPT is saying about HTML. Look at how amazing ChatGPT is. I even didn't write what is HTML. I just wrote what HTML. Okay. It looks like your message is incomplete. Okay. You see, ChatGPT is awesome. Thank you so much, ChatGPT. It seems like you are asking about HTML. Yes, that's what I was asking about. Okay. Let's just read. The standard language used to create web pages. HTML consists of various elements and text that structure the content on the web page. Here is an example. Okay. Okay. Obviously, it's give us some example. Okay. Let me just ask it specifically. My apologies. What is HTML? But ChatGPT is smart. It detected that we have made a mistake. So I only want to read the description, okay, of what HTML is, and then we'll explain from there. Okay. HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language, it's a standard language used to create and design website and web application. That sentence alone nails it or kills it. Okay, it's a standard, okay, language used to create. That means anything that has got something to do with the design of the websites and the web application, HTML is there. Okay, now there's this new trend in the design industry, okay, where we start to underestimate HTML and value more styled HTML or some sort of a modern version of it, okay? Something like people might say that this is advanced HTML or this is beautiful, but when they are looking at this, they feel like, this is not cool and whatever. One of the most important, like one of the scenarios that I can mention is that when you are new in web design, your friend can introduce you to content management system like WordPress. But we always, when we're introducing to this content management system, we always say it's better than HTML. Hey, my friend, look at this content management system. This is WordPress. It has got plugin. It has got a lot of things. It's very nice. It's easy. You don't need to code, and it's better than HTML. That's wrong because HTML is the standard, okay? If you are going to get into web development, HTML is the standard. Whether you are already here with Next.js or with React.js, but HTML, it's still the standard, okay? Sometimes even when you attend an interview, when you are being asked the tech stack, they always feel like you don't have to mention HTML. As soon as you say HTML, the employer or the interviewer will be like, nah, HTML is not a programming language, it's a markup language, you know. So trying to undermine the markup language, okay? HTML, it's powerful. You can do nothing without it when it comes to website and web development. Okay, with that being said, let's just jump straight into the HTML playground, okay? Also, before we go there, let's just Google what is React. I'm just going to show you something, okay? What is React JS? Okay, let's see. Okay, even this one will be fine. React is a free and open source front-end JavaScript library for building user interface based on component. It is maintained by Meta and a community of individuals, companies, okay, develop. Okay, this one doesn't really give us what component for building user interfaces. Let's just click here. Okay. Okay. Ba. For building user interface, get started. I just want a definition. Okay. Just a simple definition of what React is. If not, maybe I'm just going to explain it the way I want to. Okay. My apologies about that. But when it comes to React, one of React's high concepts, okay, most important concepts is the idea of DOM manipulation. React has got its own virtual DOM, okay? DOM is something that you cannot see. But what is the closest thing that we can see to the DOM? It's HTML. So if you understand HTML, you stand better chances of understanding what's going on React or what React is all about. Okay, that's how much I respect HTML. Okay, HTML as a markup language, most of us we compare it to a programming language. That's the problem. Okay, this is the first problem that we have about HTML. HTML is not a programming language, just like the same way CSS it's a styling language. Okay, HTML it's a markup language. HTML doesn't have if else condition. HTML is smart in its own way. It's not designed to make logical condition. It's not designed to be intelligent. So it's intelligent in its own way. Okay. And there are some things that come up with a mock-up language that the way it works and the way it was constructed, which is different from JavaScript, different from Java and C Sharp. So whenever you think of HTML, take it out from the same group as Java and JavaScript and all those programming languages. Okay. So this is what you have to understand about HTML, okay? If you edit here, okay, let's say Matthew, as you can see, this changes, right? Okay, this is how HTML is different from the programming languages, okay? If on HTML you remove this closing tag, guess what will happen? When you are on JavaScript or when you are on C Sharp or when you're on PHP, your code will break. But look at what happens on HTML. The code still works, okay? As you can see, but we don't have a closing tag, but it still works. Why? Most people, they will say because HTML is poor and it's whatever, okay, trying to undermine it. But we must get back to the fundamentals. HTML is a mock-up language, okay? Think of it as more like an art, a drawing, okay, than a circuit board. A circuit board, if there is no current, the circuit board doesn't work. But with HTML, that is the opposite because this is art. It's a totally different world. Okay. Let's go on and remove this body. Okay, you were hoping that something is going to break, but still, as you can see, HTML is working. Okay, let's take this and put it here instead and see what will happen. As you can see, HTML is still working. Okay, let's take this title. Okay, put it here. As you can see, nothing happens. Okay, let's just delete all of this. As you can see, now something happens. Okay, as you can see, we are doing a lot of changes here, but this code doesn't break. Okay, let's just remove the styling. As you can see, without the styling, something happens. Let's take this link, okay, and push it down here. As you can see, it's still working, okay? So, Matthew, where are you going with this, okay? Most people, they view this as HTML's poor structure, because they are always comparing it to JavaScript or a programming language, okay? This what makes this what makes HTML stand out as a mockup language, or where it is in terms of the web architecture. Okay, the reason why it doesn't break, it was not meant to break because it's a mockup language. So the best thing you can do, number one, is to understand how HTML works. Okay, under what circumstances would you some sort of mess up with HTML and it doesn't break. Okay, those are the things that you need to understand because it's a mockup language. So don't come with a logical mind on HTML, because if you come with a logical mind on HTML, you are not going to understand it. And unfortunately, if you want to learn React and Next.js, you need to understand HTML. Okay, so HTML, it's a mockup language. Okay, and it has got these not necessarily loopholes, but this mock-up way of doing things where you can take any tag and put it wherever and HTML will still work. And it's very important to understand that, okay? Even though you can put anything anywhere and HTML still works. Okay, there is a proper way of writing HTML. That's where these frameworks like Next.js comes in, and they've got a certain way of doing things. Okay, as you can see, this is the proper HTML, okay, without Next.js and React.js in the mix. Okay, but if you can look at the code, this is React.js. Okay, this title here, Matthew Msengati, as you can see, it doesn't even feel like it's HTML, okay? It feel like it's an object. Of course, it's an object because these frameworks, they take HTML and they pimp it. Okay, they take this and they will wrap it with a lot of things, a lot of magic, and they will produce this. Okay, most of us, we want this KFC without understanding this chicken. We always reject it or repel it. When we look at HTML like this, we always feel like this is old and outdated. Okay, this is what we want. Whereas if you want to understand React, okay, you need to go back to here. Okay, as much as this title, it's like this here, it's like an object. Okay, if you look at if you inspect this Next.js code, you will see that in terms of HTML, it's still that ugly and boring HTML. Inside the head, okay, let's open this tag. Inside the head, okay, maybe I'm right clicking, sorry about that. Inside this head, why when I'm left clicking, this doesn't open? Okay, yeah, this is what I wanted. I don't know why it was what it was doing before. Okay, as you can see, here is the title. Okay, I can edit this title and type designer. As you can see, it changes. As much as when you are coding, there is this lot of magic that Next.js has done, but when it comes to the final output, it's being presented as a proper and formal HTML. Understanding this will help you to become a better developer. I'm Matthew Msingati, the hybrid, the best of both worlds, the designer and a developer. I've got a 10-hour coaching course where it's uniquely and specially made for you. If there's something that you don't know, I don't give you a 10-hour video that is one size fits all. I do understand that we've got different ways in which we learn. And also, the beginning or the bottom, it's not the same to all of us. Some know nothing about web design and web technology. Some knows a little. So in this course, is structured in such a way that you can organize a discovery call where we will discuss for free and understand where you're coming from. And I will propose a way in which I am going to help you to become a better developer. So if you are ready, let's design your future and code your technical skills so that you can become a better developer. See you on the next one.